Hello, my fellow consumers of YouTube content. This channel is Riding with Doug and the Delinquents, and I'm your host, Doug Stevens. So this is day 12. This is the last day of our ride from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Daytona Beach, Florida for Daytona Bike Week 2023. And if this is the very first video that you're watching, I would recommend stopping here and going back to watch day one, because I think watching them in order sure makes a difference. But if you want to watch them backwards, feel free and help yourself. This is day 12. This is the last day. And we are riding from just outside of Amarillo back to Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it's, I believe, about 750, 800 miles. And normally it's about a 12-hour ride. And I think it was a little bit longer for us, but that's okay. You know, by the time you stop and get gas and have some breakfast and have some lunch and spend an hour drying because definitely the other rest of the group didn't have the adventure gear that Matt and I had, and they were soaked and cold and tired. So we started off and we rode from Colorado and we rode down to Daytona in 4 days. And the first 4 videos are all about our ride from Colorado Springs to Daytona Beach. The next 3 videos are the 3 videos while we were there. I put together a video for Daytona Main Street, the Daytona Speedway, and then we also spent a day at the Harley-Davidson dealership, and all of those were full-day adventures with plenty to see and vendors and food, lots of souvenirs and some accessory stuff that we picked up along the way. And then, of course, you know, we ate a ton of seafood while we were down there because there's a big difference from seafood in Colorado and seafood in Florida. So we made sure to make full use of that. And, you know, it's always good. One of the things we love to do when we get out and go for a ride is to always experience a new place to eat. So that's always big. And then we originally were going to spend 3 days on the way back, but we got delayed a little bit. And it actually took us 5 days to come home. The route was shorter, but the weather was worse. And we spent almost a full day in Fort Smith at the Harley-Davidson dealership. And then that was video 11. And so day 10, we rode like 6 hours in the rain and had to call it and take the rest of the day off. So one of the 2 things that I noticed that we probably should have done was we should have managed to stay south and run closer to the coast where the weather was nicer and warmer and less rain, less fog, and warmer temperatures. And then the other thing is, and I kick myself still, is I should have stayed closer to the main highway and not listened to my GPS that suggested shorter routes for me. So both of those were things that I should have paid attention to and didn't listen to, and that's just the way it goes. And that's what happens when you take a long trip. You just never know. So I just wanted to take a quick second or two and give you a quick note and review of the adventure gear. So the adventure gear that Matt and I purchased to go as an outside layer kept us completely dry. And I was really happy. I know I say really happy a lot and had a really good time. But we were really happy. The adventure gear definitely was a champion. Kept us warm, kept us dry. The top and the bottom were fantastic. I would get done after riding 6 hours in the rain, and both parts of me, my pants and my jacket, were both dry. I was completely soaked on the outside, but on the inside, completely dry. And then the heated gear really came in handy 2 days of our 12 days. The very first day, it was super cold, and I wore the heated gear, and I put it on, I think I had it on the second level of heat, pretty much the whole day. If I didn't have it on the second level heat, I moved it down to level 1, and that kept me pretty toasty and comfortable the whole way. And then on day 12, as you can see, my fingers are cold and frozen. I didn't plug the heated gloves in. I thought they would be plenty warm without the heat. But what I discovered is that they aren't waterproof. And once they start to get wet, they get cold pretty fast. So you'll see I turned the heated grips on, and I was using that to help keep my big gloves warm. And then when we pulled over to stop for gas, I dumped the big gloves and went to the smaller gloves that weren't wet, and the heated grips kept my hands good and toasty, so that worked out good. And then boots. So my legs were toasty and warm and dry, and my feet were wet. My Harley waterproof boots aren't very waterproof, so I wasn't overly happy with those. But the adventure gear did fantastic and kept me dry. The boots and the gloves that were supposed to be waterproof didn't do a good job of keeping me dry. So just a quick update on that. I'm a big fan of the adventure gear. I would definitely buy both of those again. And I'm going to do a little searching for something a little more waterproof on the boots and the gloves. So, alrighty, let's get into the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy. And on a quick side note, if you haven't signed up and subscribed to this channel, you might want to do that if you're enjoying my videos and the Daytona content, because we are right around the corner from heading to Sturgis 2023, and that will be another amazing adventure ride. Probably, maybe not quite as long this time, maybe 9 or 10 days as opposed to 12, but we are planning on riding through Wyoming and Montana. And then we're also going to plan on spending 3 days in Sturgis as we kind of loop around and head back to Colorado. So you're definitely not going to want to miss out on any of that. I assume if you enjoyed the Daytona content, you're going to love the Sturgis content. So stay tuned. And if you have a minute or two and you want to put down a couple of comments down below and let me know maybe something I should cover or something you'd like to see in the Sturgis videos, so that and hopefully I won't miss anything. Alrighty, thanks for watching.